Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Loyal Sons podcast. We are here with it. We got the normal Loyal Sons crew. I got my man Aaron Duncan, my boy Stephen Frederick, and the always entertaining Denzel Johnson.
Good,
How
yeah.
you fellas doing tonight, yo?
Good,
Good.
man. Can't
Good,
complain.
Can't complain. Can't complain.
That's good, man. We got another great show for you tonight. We're gonna with the NFL back in training camp mode, trying to get the NFL season. So we're gonna kick it off with a little NFL action. We also gonna update on the NBA bubble. As of right now, Adam Silver, you give him credit, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people behind it. But they're looking like geniuses right now compared to the rest of these leagues. Baseball keep getting positive tests, postponing games.
Definitely right.
Looks like the NBA got it right. So, we'll look and see what baseball does, and hopefully football can, make it work, make it shape. We'll see. And I think they had a head coach, Peterson, Eagles coach. He just got the test positive for coronavirus.
Mhm.
So he's out for a couple weeks. Hopefully, speedy recovery for him. Not too bad for him. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the pandemic's real, but NBA looking like geniuses right now. The NBA, so you gotta give Chris Paul a shout out, President Players Association. He's also pushing the HBCU movement, but yeah, he's played a big role in making the bubble happen. So
The shoes was
He
okay,
did.
man. I get the shoes a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I give him
what
a
do you?
6.
We had
Yeah.
he had A&T one night in Alabama A&M.
Oh, I ain't see those. I give those a 6 out of 10.
I saw the A&T one.
Yeah, he had A&T the first night for his first
Mhm.
game, and his most recent game he had Alabama A&M. I think
Okay.
he's gonna do a different HBCU each game.
I'm about
I
to
don't
say
know. I don't know
it's
what the
time for
recommendations
SCS.
are.
It's time for SC. It's time for
Yeah,
SCSU, boy.
somebody need to.
You gotta do that for us, boy. You gotta
If
do
he
it for
showed
all
with
the
some Claflin
SCSU.
shoes, I'm not watching them no more.
Right, yeah, it's a dub.
Cause I don't
It's
know
a
where he
dub on
found
that.
those at.
Right.
But A&T is sponsored by Jordan, though. That's one thing. Aren't they?
Yeah,
Are they sponsored
Yeah,
by Jordan?
they
they
are.
are.
But State's a Nike school.
Yeah, so yeah.
So we got the connection there. So hopefully South Carolina State makes the rotation. 'Cause I think Chris's plan is to wear a different one each game. So
Every game.
hopefully we make the rotation. But
Definitely.
Aaron, go ahead and kick us off with our first topic of the evening.
We're gonna kick it off with the NFL wide receivers, naming who we feel individually are the top 10 wide receivers in the league. So who wants to go first on that one?
I can kick it off, Biggie. Um, Number one on my list.
Hmm.
It was tough because I mean these cats, you know, consistently do their thing, but the fact that one cat has had a little bit more consistency at one position, well, had the better quarterback, I can say, most
Mhm.
recently. Number one, I'm gonna go Julio Jones.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Uh, I think Julio's been the top. He's been the top wide receiver since high school, and I really don't think he's lost that title. He was the top wide receiver in high school. He was the top wide receiver in college, and he's the top wide receiver in the NFL. And like he's had this crown for like a very long time. And I mean, like I said, there's MVP Matt Ryan, and then there's also who else can take snaps, Matt Ryan. But, but at the end of the day, Julio does his thing. Like double, triple covered, doesn't really matter. So number one, I
Mhm.
got Julio. Number two, I got Michael Thomas. Dude lines up at the X, the Y, the slot doesn't really matter. And for somebody with that size that can still run the slot, catch the passes he makes, get yards after the catch.
You got him a lot higher than I do.
Yeah, you definitely got him a lot higher than I do.
I respect his game. I do. I just feel like he's
Yeah.
tailor made for that offense, which he benefits from.
He's tailor made for the offense for sure.
Mhm.
But I got to give respect where respect is due.
I got you.
Number 3, my list, the top 3, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't far off from what the NFL ranked them, ESPN ranked them. But
Yeah.
3 is DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins at times is, for me, sometimes like, it was tough not putting him one.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best. Like, yeah,
he's definitely one of the best. I think he's gonna. He's just consistent, and to say what he has to go through to make all the adjustments because his quarterback is always under duress because he has no protection.
Mm-hmm.
So DeAndre's ability to adjust on the fly on plays and stuff like that, and he doesn't drop the ball. Like, you get it to him, he's gonna catch it. You get it in the area, he's gonna catch it. So number 3, I got DeAndre Hop. Number 4, I went with I don't know why I went this way, but I know why. But I went Tyreek Hill. Part of me was like, yeah, you can say it's a part of the system and stuff like that, but it's just those variables, that speed, and it's just like he also can catch. He's a shifty guy. He's basically a faster version of Steve Smith. Like, remember, Steve Smith was a guy. I don't think Steve Smith gets the credit that he gets for being like one of the best receivers in NFL history, but
I like Baltimore Ravens Steve Smith, Carolina Panthers Steve Smith.
Yeah. So for number 5, I got Mike Evans. Big, crafty. Had to go up there and get it. My guy, we all know my guy Jameis wasn't the best at putting the ball where it needed, where it necessarily needed to be. But when he did, Mike would make the great plays. So I got Mike Evans there. Number 6, I got Amari Cooper.
I like that.
Since he's gotten to Dallas, I think he's had the ability to show how good he really is. In Oakland, never really had consistency at the quarterback position that I actually show. Since he's gone to Dallas, in that offense, he's actually shown that he is a superstar wide receiver. So
y'all know where ESPN had him ranked, right?
What's that?
Dead last.
What, 10?
Number 10, yeah.
Well, ESPN is wrong about so many things these days.
Amari Cooper's a great receiver. After Amari Cooper, I got Devontae Adams.
Okay.
Same thing.
He's always consistent too.
Always consistent. Every week up there. Pretty much the only receiver Aaron Rodgers really has, to be honest. But show up every week. The goal is for Aaron to get the ball to Devontae, and your job is to stop it. Not that many people do.
They still can't do it.
Still can't do it. After that, I got Keenan Allen.
This is an interesting list.
I got Keenan Allen with the Chargers. I just think the Chargers are the second-rated team in LA, so people forget about them. They are not on TV that much. But Keenan Allen is constantly, for me, I think, disrespected and not given his just due. I think if he gets more consistent quarterback, because Phillip didn't have that hard of a year last year. When Phillip had good years, Keenan had good years, but
he about to be trash now because Tyrod Taylor ain't gonna throw that ball at all.
Nah. So hopefully Tyrod can find a way to get the ball to Keenan, but if not,
he's gonna be running for his life.
I still think Keenan's one of the best.
Run, Forrest, run.
So that was number 8. Number 9. 9 and 10 got kind of choppy for me because it was a lot of people that probably could have went that way, but I went with Stephon Diggs.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, 9. I went with Stephon Diggs.
Sleeper pick.
Yeah, sleeper pick. Yeah, he was my sleeper pick. I think him leaving Minnesota, I think they're gonna miss him a lot more than what they thinking. Thielen's a bad dude. Don't get me wrong. I like Adam Thielen. Thielen's a great, solid wide receiver, but I think they're gonna miss Stephon Diggs. Dude was special. And then number 10, I just got to put him up there for talent. He's in a tough spot because I just don't trust his quarterback. But Odell Beckham Jr. Like,
I knew that was coming.
How could I not put Odell Beckham in my top 10? It's just that his last year in New York wasn't the best because he had Eli that should have been gone 20 years ago.
And he was injured as well.
I hope they bring Eli back. Yeah. Eli deserves 2 more years.
And he wasn't healthy. And then this last year in Cleveland, I don't know what Baker was doing. Like, you got all these weapons and you couldn't make nothing happen. Like, So I think Odell's gonna have a bounce back year.
You got Odell kind of low. You got him kind of low.
I mean, you got him at 1.
The best receiver in the world, boy.
Only reason why I got him at 10. Only reason why I got him at 10 is because the injury and last year. I mean, last year just wasn't like. And like, you want to blame the quarterback. I'll put most of that blame on Baker Mayfield, but I got to put some of the blame on him as well. Because, like, bruh, like, you got Njoku, tight end, getting covered. You got Jarvis Landry. You got Nick Chubb in the backfield. You should be able to, like, even if, like, at that point, it's just like, Baker, you just got to give him the ball. Because at that point, teams have to cover him one-on-one, and he's proven that even if you put somebody on top, he can still go out there and get it, and they just didn't put the plays together. And everybody that I put above Odell, numbers-wise, have had a numbers better season. But, you know, like I said, the year before his last year, he was injured, so I will give him the benefit of the doubt on that. If he was healthy, I think his numbers would have been great. But last year he played. His numbers weren't that solid. Everybody that's on the list above him had better numbers. But yeah, that's my list.
Cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and step up. This is gonna be interesting, you know. All right, so I looked at, of course, I went off the top 10 list and just, you know, like George said, most of the players that he selected versus.
If you got Golden Tate on your damn list,
he's not even my favorite Giant receiver right now. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna start off. I'm surprised, which I'm surprised George didn't say this. You know, hopefully somebody else has him on the list because he's definitely, I feel like, the best wide receiver in the league. Unfortunately, he's a free agent and he's suspended at the moment. But Antonio Brown, you got to look at the numbers here.
You got him at 1?
I got him at 1. It's between, in my vote, in my view, we have Julio with 12,000 plus yards. We have Antonio Brown with 11 plus thousand yards. You know, so like these, they're 1 and 2. They should be the 1 and 2 on anybody's list. Just
we hadn't even seen Antonio Brown in such a long time. Like,
it's been over a year.
It's been over a year, and we don't even know if he still had that ability. Like, we know what he could do.
Last time we heard his feet were froze.
Last time we seen him was he played in the first game of the season with the Patriots. He played that
Patriots
first game
versus the Dolphins. I think they played the Dolphins.
He scored a touchdown.
I think that the results of that game was a little bit off because they forced him the ball, and they was playing the Dolphins. But he did score. He did score.
And let's think about if he played the entire season last year. How I just said he has 11,000 plus yards, 75 touchdowns, 841 receptions. If he played last year, think about how more inflated those numbers would be.
Oh yeah, that would have been crazy.
Exactly. So off the strength, it's definitely him at number 1. Number 2, I have Julio Jones. Have to go there. Definitely consistency. Like George said, sometimes we have MVP Matt Ryan. Sometimes we have the Super Bowl choker. You know, so it is what it is. And you know, depending on what quarterback he's had, he's going out there and giving it his all every year. So I can't take that away from him. It really was tough. It was between him and Julio and Brown for number 1 for me. But I had to shake it up. You know, I knew y'all was gonna have something to say about Antonio Brown, so I had to toss him out there. You know, number 3, Hopkins, of course, DeAndre Hopkins. Probably the most foolish thing I've ever seen was the Texans getting rid of him. You know, what do you hope to accomplish without DeAndre Hopkins? So really shooting your quarterback in the foot. You know, any chance he had of potentially getting a nice Super Bowl potential, I don't see it now.
Right.
Nah.
So that was completely foolish. Arizona gets a treat here and really has their opportunity for their young quarterback Murray to have two Hall of Fame wide receivers on the team now. You know, that's amazing for him. So I'm looking forward to see how well they gel together.
And he's a weapon too. Kyler Murray a weapon himself.
Exactly.
So once they get going, I don't think they're gonna win that division, but they're gonna be tough.
I don't think they're gonna win the division.
No, they not. The Cardinals definitely not winning that division.
Nah.
The Seahawks and the Niners, nah.
That's a little tough.
The Cardinals might be the Redskins of that division. I'm sorry. The Washington football team. I did it again. This is the second one in a row.
Whoa. Question though. Did the NFL add more playoff teams this year?
That's this year. I don't think.
Is it this year or next year?
It is this year. I think it is this year.
Okay, so Arizona might be a sleeper for one of those additional.
That extra spot is for the Eagles. The extra spot is for the Eagles.
Because the Cowboys division though.
You shouldn't even say that. You're a Giants fan. Be loyal to your own team.
I know we're not winning. I know we're not going. I would hope we get one of the wild card positions, but I see the stretch.
Yeah, like me. I know we ain't going to the playoffs this year.
Right. We're gonna be realistic here. If anything you can say about me, I've been a realistic Giants
fan. Both of y'all say y'all teams are not gonna make the playoffs, and I know we're getting off subject. And both of y'all think the Eagles are gonna win the division.
Yeah, I feel like
this is goddamn shame. That's a damn shame.
You know what? I'm gonna say I would rather the Eagles win the division than the Cowboys. How about that?
Yeah.
Why? We so humble.
Because we hate the Cowboys.
We so humble.
Humble about what?
I hate the Cowboys.
I'm the most humble Cowboy fan y'all know.
I do not hate the Washington football team. I do not hate the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles team. But I strongly loathe the Cowboys. I'm sorry.
I hate the Cowboys.
I hate every team in our division equally. I don't like none of y'all.
I hate the Eagles more than I hate the Giants. But
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I definitely.
That's only because y'all don't win. That's why you don't hate y'all, because y'all don't win.
Whatever.
But I definitely hate the Cowboys the most.
What did we do?
Every year.
This is too much. This is
every year.
Is y'all year
to the Super Bowl. We're going to Super
Bowl. Let's think logically here.
Yeah.
Every team has a shot every year. So technically, when we say this is our year, we could be right.
But
we could be right.
But you've been wrong for 24 years now.
But listen, have y'all ever heard me say that?
Yeah.
Have y'all ever? You have?
Yeah.
I must have been drunk.
You don't believe. You don't believe it. You don't believe it. So
no, I believe in silence. I take it week by week.
You know what? I give him that. I give him that.
He does.
He's not one of those extra Cowboys fans.
When they lose, he don't say nothing.
Exactly. I take my L in silence, and I take my W in public.
He don't want you to say nothing. That's why he don't say nothing, because he don't want to have to defend that foolishness.
Right.
I only tag people who we play. Like for instance, if we beat the Washington football team,
they
don't got to worry about me talking junk. They don't got to worry. I'm tagging George and every Redskins fan I know. God damn it! Every Washington football team I know.
We're tired of the abuse. We're tired of being bullied. I don't even watch the games half the time. I just know we're gonna lose. And next thing I know, on Instagram, I'm tagged in something.
Yeah. With my patented happy dance.
I'm tired of it.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Let's go ahead. Get back to your list.
Number 4, Michael Thomas. Definitely had to put him in the top 5. This is where we agree to disagree, George. You had my boy all the way at number 10. I have him at number 5. And that's off of what we've seen him do when he has been healthy.
Okay.
What I feel like he's going to do this year if Baker Mayfield gets it together. You have, like you said, you have 3 great receivers on that team. The tight end, and the 2 receivers. And any one of them could go off for 100 plus yards, 3-4 touchdowns a game. We want to see that. And I feel like it's so much balance with it. Odell probably will not have the same kind of years that he had when he's with the Giants, but he still will show how the dynamic he is as a wide receiver with the
Got a
hands.
chip on the shoulder too.
Yeah, most definitely. Yes, definitely the chip on the shoulder. All right, so number 6, Mike Evans.
Okay.
Yeah, got to put him up there. Definitely impressive his career thus far. With famous Jameis. 30 going 30-30.
Famous Jameis.
But number 7 is surprise. I couldn't hate on the man. It is what it is, man. Ever since he's changed teams and went to the Cowboys, he's been consistently a pain in my ass. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Amari Cooper. Went from nothing to something in a matter of 2 years. How I feel. Number 8, we have Devontae Adams. Number 9, Keenan Allen. And number 10, we have Stephon Diggs. Now, what I found interesting was on the ESPN list, they had Chris Godwin at number 9. And though he's up and coming and he's only been in the league for a couple years, the numbers just weren't there yet. And he really hasn't done too much yet for him to be considered top 10 in the league. So I would put him as an honorable mention. I would have him. And I forgot AJ Green. Wow. But again, the inconsistency with him, the injuries, kind of a shell of himself.
Yeah.
I would love to see one or two good more years out of him. But, we'll see.
That's because he's playing with Tom Brady now. That's all that's about.
He was really good.
He
was really good last year. He was really good. He had, I think, 1,000+ yards.
Yeah, he's getting
for the first time.
He's getting all this love because they about to be playing with Tom Brady, so everybody expect all these cats to have like multiple 1,000-yard seasons and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll definitely see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shit. I'll go ahead and jump into my list then.
All right.
Number 1, I'm gonna have to agree with George. Like, this man just been consistent for I don't know how many years. Since he got in the league, I feel he can. You could really put him in any offense, and he'll still do good in that offense. Julio Jones. I just feel like he's still the best all-around dominant receiver in the in the league. I don't feel like he has the best hands in the league, but overall body of work, I feel like he's probably the best. Number 2, I actually put DeAndre Hopkins at number 2.
Okay.
I feel like DeAndre Hopkins has the best hands in the NFL. As far as catching the ball, if you throw it anywhere near him, like, I don't know, this man, he got hands. I don't know how sometimes he catch some of the passes that he catch, but he's not the fastest and he don't have the best separation. But if you throw the ball near him, I think he gonna catch it. So yeah, and like y'all said earlier, I don't know why in the world the Texans got rid of this man, but that was a dumb move in my opinion. So him at number 2. Number 3, Michael Thomas. I do feel like he is kind of a product of the offense that he's in, but I still feel like, he still put up a lot of good numbers because Drew Brees done had a lot of receivers that come through there and they hadn't put as much, numbers as he has. So you got to give him the benefit of the doubt there. So I feel like, yeah, he is a kind of product of that system, but also, Drew Brees has had a lot of other guys that hadn't put up a lot of numbers as he has. So got to give him love there. Number 4, I'm going to go with Mike Evans. I feel he's just a big play receiver. Make a lot of plays. Like I said earlier, Jameis been very inconsistent, but he still managed to put up a lot of, good numbers with that inconsistency. 5, got Tyreek Hill. I don't feel like he's the best receiver, but he's just stupid explosive. I just feel like any play he can, turn into a big play. So you got to respect that ability. And he has put up, good stats. But, I mean, it's just that it's a lot of –
ball.
Yeah, he's going to get the ball. You still can't do too much about it, And then he does play in a system where it's a lot of explosive players around him. So you know, that's also a benefit to him. But still, like, I think you can just put him anywhere and he'll still do a decent. Might not be as good, but you know, he's still pretty good. You know, explosive piece to any offense.
Definitely. Wow. I cannot believe I did not put him on the list. Wow. I slept on that one.
You left Tyreek
That's
off?
real. I left Tyreek off.
But you put AB on. AB ain't got two good feet.
Right. Number 6, one of the best route runners in the league, I feel, Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like once you get that cosign from Chad Johnson did co-sign him, I think last year, but you know, he got he runs some of the best routes, you know, just looking at some of his tape sometimes. Of course, you know, he got a benefit from playing with Aaron Rodgers, but I feel like he could, you know, you could put him anywhere. He still do pretty good. Number 7, Keenan Allen. I feel like he don't get a lot of respect that he deserves just because he out there in LA, you know, playing for the Chargers. You don't really get to see him on TV a lot. You don't really hear his name a lot, but I think he is one of the, you know, top receivers in the game, especially when he's healthy.
It was getting 20,000 people only came to the games.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully with the new stadium, they'll get some publicity out there. They on Hard Knocks, so
yeah. So he should get a little more shine this year. I think a lot more people will actually, you know, see how good of a player he is. Number 8, I feel like this guy, he could have been a lot higher on the list, but I just feel like there's a little bit of inconsistencies with him sometimes. But he is a really good player. Amari Cooper.
I knew it was coming.
I think he got the potential to be a little bit more higher on this list, man. But I don't know, man. If it's just something with him mentally or what's going on with him. A couple games he checked out for me last year, so I think maybe he could probably be 5, maybe 4 if he play like he could all the time, but he don't.
I got you.
Those numbers don't pop up. Like they don't look like everybody else on this list, unfortunately.
No, I mean, because he's a threat, but I just feel like sometimes I don't know if he just is lack of effort or what. Sometimes he'll disappear a little bit on you. But he got all the ability in the world. Number 9, I got Stephon Diggs. I think he don't get a lot of love that he, should get. He's a really good receiver. Him playing in Minnesota, I think maybe a lot of people sucked on him because Adam Thielen was doing all right. So I think, people didn't appreciate him. But, he should make some noise with the Bills there. And then number 10, of course, can't leave him off the list, Odell Beckham. Felt like he had a down year as far as just maybe numbers-wise, but maybe a couple injuries, nagging injuries. But I feel like, once he's, if he's come back fully healthy, he should be much higher on this list just, by what he's done and has the potential to do. But I got to rate him on his season last year and, what he did. So, he number 10. Honorable mention, I had Chris Godwin. I feel like he pretty good up-and-coming player, but like Denzel said, he ain't really done that consistency yet. So, we'll see.
You got to do it for multiple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year was his breakout year. Last year was definitely the breakout.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Can I say something real quick, though, before you get in your list, Aaron? How bad were AB's feet before for him to not realize he was in that thing with no socks on?
Exactly.
My foot would have tingled a little bit. Like,
in the beginning.
But you know what? But you know what? That man must got some slave feet. Because on some for him to put up them numbers he got, with the feet he had. Okay.
Yeah. His feet must have been really terrible. He couldn't have felt that in the first couple seconds.
The first couple seconds of me being in there, I'd have been like, yo, something ain't right.
Right.
Yo, cut this off real quick, bro. My toes supposed to feel like this? No? Okay.
I can't feel nothing.
He got out. People looking at him like, hold on, you sat there that whole time with no shoes on? You ain't felt that? Oh.
That's crazy.
I ain't feel nothing. All right, let's see. Let's get into my list. It's a little. I got some of the same names on there, just in different order.
Iron list is Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb,
Michael
Dez
Gallup,
Bryant, Michael Gallup,
Jason Witten.
Cole Beasley.
Michael Irvin to come out of retirement, and then Iron's gonna put him on the list.
Yeah.
Damn right. He deserves to be there. Anybody that can put up those type of numbers on that white stuff, they deserve to be on the list.
Terrell Owens in the Cowboy years.
Only in the Cowboy years. But no, let's see. Number one, man, I put Nuke. I put DeAndre Hopkins. I feel like, man, he just consistent. I think he put so much pressure on himself to not drop anything that last year he actually dropped a few, and but it was only a couple. But other than that, man, his numbers are always consistent. Big time playmaker. Without the best situation, the head coach is terrible in Houston, and he's still putting up numbers. Number two, I went Julio. Julio Jones. I think the numbers speak for itself. No matter what Matt Ryan steps on the field, Julio still produces. And most times, even if he's not healthy, he's still putting up numbers. So I got Julio at 2. Number 3, I went Devontae Adams. The back shoulder king. The routes that he run, the ability to catch all those back shoulder passes from Aaron Rodgers, and I've seen him with my own eyes kill my team multiple times, probably with the same play over and over. So I got a lot of respect for Devontae Adams. So I put him at 3. At 4, I put Tyreek Hill. Maybe not the best route runner, but when you pair his speed with that offense, he's definitely a playmaker. And I don't think they win that Super Bowl without him.
Oh yeah,
they don't.
And he's only getting better every year.
Exactly.
He's getting better.
Yeah,
he's learning. He's learning.
The hands got better. The routes are getting better.
He was out there working out with T.O. and I think Chad Ochocinco was out there too. Yeah. So he working on his craft. He definitely gonna get better. Unfortunately for the league.
Right.
Number 5 is a little personal for me. I went Amari Cooper. I feel like he's definitely a playmaker, probably our top playmaker at the receiver position. Aside from that he got clamped up in that New England game. I mean, it pretty much he might as well not have stepped on the field. Didn't produce anything. Other than that, I think a lot of people put a lot of pressure on him for that Eagles game, but he was hurt. Should have been out there on that last play. I don't know what was going on with that. But as a Cowboy fan, I do have faith in Coop. He's won a lot of games for us. One of the best route runners in the league because he don't have the top speed, but he's always open, like wide open. So that's just showing you how good his routes are. So I got Coop at 5. At 6, I went Michael Thomas. It's not that I don't respect his game. I definitely respect his game. He shouldn't be 99 on Madden. No, that's crazy.
He should not.
No. But, I mean, big, strong, physical receiver. Catch the contested balls. And almost always gets first downs. So I got Thomas at 6. At 7, I put OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. I'm a fan of Odell now.
Now that he gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course. Now he's not in the division no more.
Now that he's gone. But yeah, man, I think people sleep on Odell, and it just shows you, man, if you're not doing something on a consistent basis, how quickly people forget what you've done. Before this past year, Odell was probably the top receiver in the league. If you would have asked a whole bunch of people, they would say Odell was the best receiver in the league. And I think with the offense that Cleveland ran last year, which was trash, he didn't get his time to shine because they had him going deep on every play, and Baker Mayfield ain't have enough time to throw the ball deep, or probably the accuracy to even be able to do it. So I think with a new offense and getting adjusted to the system, I think Odell will be back at the top. At number 8, I went to push off King Mike Evans. Like y'all said, big, strong, fast receiver, man. Probably the only reason Johnny Manziel made any type of NFL money was because of Mike Evans. So he's number 8 for me. I think he's only going to get better with Brady. So he's definitely up there. Number 9, I got Keenan Allen. I feel like he's a little disrespected myself. Probably the best route runner in the league. And hopefully being on Hard Knocks now and then moving into the same football stadium as the Raiders. No, not the Raiders. The Rams. He's gonna get some more publicity out there, so people pay a lot more attention to him. At 10, man, this might be my favorite receiver in the league. I put Jarvis Landry. Since he's been to Cleveland, probably been their top playmaker. Not the fastest guy, but definitely doesn't drop any passes. I think the Browns got to figure out a way to be able to get him and Odell off at the same time in the same game.
Yeah, that's gonna be difficult.
He's very underrated. Yeah, he's underrated.
And probably gave one of the best moments in Hard Knocks history when he pretty much.
Yeah, that's why he's probably my favorite receiver in the league now.
He pretty much called out everybody in the wide receiver room.
So he's up there, man. If you look at the numbers, even when he was in Miami, he's been putting up numbers. Pro Bowler, he's consistent. Even when the offense is trash, he's still getting his nut.
He does.
So I mean that tells you something. So I got Jarvis Landry at 10. Diggs would have been close for me. Him and Landry are pretty much interchangeable on my list, but I went with Jarvis Landry.
Okay.
That's my top 10.
Pretty good.
That's a solid list.
Yeah.
Coop could have went all the way to number 1, but I said, hey, let me be subjective today. All right, the next topic we want to hit for y'all, man, is top defensive backs in the league. Some people only have corners on their list, and some have a mixture of corners and safeties. So we just gonna let everybody give their top 10 DBs, whether that be a safety or a corner.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go first on this one. I just had strictly DBs. I didn't have any safeties on here. Just considering only DBs on my list. Number 1, I think he's just been consistent the past 2-3 years. Definitely not the most flashy of players, but he gets the job done. I went with Stephon Gilmore from the Patriots, top DB. Pretty much, like I said, he ain't flashy, but he'll pretty much shut that side of the field down when it comes to him. Number 2, real talented guy. I think maybe he had a down year last year. But I picked Jalen Ramsey, number 2.
Definitely had an off year, but he's still one of the top corners.
Yeah, I think maybe if he had been more consistent, he probably could challenge Gilmore for that top spot.
Yeah, because he had it.
Yeah. He was hurt. He was hurt. He wasn't happy in Jacksonville, and then when he got to LA, I think he was still a little nicked up. But he played tough. He played harder.
You got to get used to live going from Jacksonville to Los Angeles.
To LA, right? Yeah. That's a whole other mindset and everything. So
it's a different lifestyle.
I think maybe this year he could probably come back around and challenge Gilmore for that top spot. But for right now, those definitely top 2 guys. Number 3, Tre'Davious White from the Bills. I think he's a good young player.
Definitely.
A lot of talent. He's still young, but he's been, showing that he can, play with the best receivers in the league. Number 4, I got another young player, Marlon Humphrey from the Ravens. I think a lot of times people think that Marcus Peters is probably the better corner just because he's a little bit, more loud and flashy. But I think
he talk more.
Right, he talk more as far as technique and consistency. Humphrey, to me, is the better player on the Ravens. Number 5, I got veteran player here. He's just been consistent for quite a while now, Patrick Peterson.
You got Pat high.
Yeah, I mean, I just think he's getting a little bit older there. I probably could have put my number 6 guy here, Darius Slay. He definitely one of those guys that's probably up and coming as far as making a name for themselves right now. But Patrick Peterson, just consistency for me, that's what got him number 5.
Okay.
Like I said, number 6, put Darius Slay there. Another guy who had a name who not really that big, but he's actually, a legit lockdown corner. If you ever watched him.
His name about to get bigger now when Coop Burnham these 2 times we play him. He play for the Eagles now.
Yeah, so he got a little contract this year, so we'll see what he do. I think he should do fine. He making plays playing with the Lions, so we'll see what he do. Number 7, I got Marshawn Lattimore.
Okay.
I think he's talented, inconsistent at times, but I do think he is one of the more talented corners in the league. Another Chargers player here at number 8, Casey Hayward. Not a big name, but like I said, when I was researching a little earlier, his name popped up on a few lists that I checked out. When checked out some of his highlights, he actually looks pretty good. I don't see a lot of them, but just from what I've seen on the list, he I think he deserves to be at number 8. Number 9, I've watched him a lot. Jason McCourty. I think he's definitely one of the maybe underrated at times, but he's very consistent. He's been putting up numbers for maybe 4 or 5 years now, so I think he deserves to be in that top 10. And then round out the list, I got Marcus Peters at number 10. I think he's like a hit or miss player. I think he may be leading the league in interceptions his time in the league, but he also get burned a lot. So I think that's the thing for him. He is hit or miss, but he's very talented. So when I think he playing with some technique and discipline, he's one of the best corners in the league. But he get a little wild and reckless at times, and you'll show that you'll see he get burned a couple times. But that's my top 10, man. Just strictly corners.
All right. When we go next?
Yeah. You'll shake it up a little bit.
I got you. All right. I did just have corners, but I added safeties to my list as well. So mine's a mixture of everybody. Number 1, I got Cheeto from the Cowboys. I'm lying. I got.
Let's see what.
I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
Could.
At 1, I got Stephon Gilmore. You can't deny what he done, man. Completely. The defense was already decent when he got there. Now it's the best defense possibly in the league. That's because he's shutting down one half of the field. Off man-to-man. No cover 2, no zone, none of that. He's shutting it down man-to-man. So I got Stephon Gilmore at 1. Number 2, I'm upset. No longer like this player. No longer support him. I got Jamal Adams at number 2. The only reason I don't support him is because I thought we was gonna get him.
That's not his fault. That's Jerry not pulling the trigger.
Hey,
right.
That's all. I don't like Jerry.
He live and die with Jerry decisions now, unfortunately.
So I got Jamal Adams at 2. I feel like he's definitely the top safety in the league, all around playmaker. Not even really safety. Safety, linebacker, defensive end, whatever they put him at, he makes plays. So I got him at 2. Number 3, I got our frat brother, Mr. Earl Thomas, at 3. Even though he's getting up there with age, ball hawk, always around the ball. You can pretty much do whatever you want on the defensive end because you can just let him roam the middle and back end of the field, and he's going to come up with plays. So I got Earl at 3. Number 4, I have Jalen Ramsey. He's probably at 4 off of his name. Like we said, last year was a little tough for him. But I think once he gets settled in, and gets comfortable with that defense, he's going to be back up there at the top. I mean, he's got Aaron Donald up front.
Right.
So most he's going to have to cover that long, which means he's going to be able to gamble a little bit. Yeah. So I think Ramsey's going to have a great year. Number 5, Number 5, I have Tre'Davious Wright. Probably one of the best young corners that are in the league. People just don't hear his name because he plays in Buffalo. But it's a reason that Gronk swan dived on top of him when they played the Patriots a few years ago. That's because he had Gronk on lock, and Gronk was frustrated.
Right.
So I got Tre'Davious White at 5. Number 6, don't like this player either. That's only because he plays for the Steelers. I got Minkah Fitzpatrick. Mm-hmm. Man, when they got Minkah, his defense completely turned around, and they probably had they might have one of the best secondaries in the league now because of him. I don't know how many interceptions he had because I lost count. It's crazy. They had no offense last year and still was still in every game, probably because of the defensive line and him. Yeah. So he completely changed the Steelers defense. They got him for next to nothing because Miami was crazy. But I got Minkah Fitzpatrick at 6. At 7, I got Marshon Lattimore. He did have an off year, man, but I think he's one of the best corners in the league. He's most of the time been consistent. You don't really hear much about the Saints defense aside from him and a few other players, Cameron Jordan and a few other players. So I got Marshon Lattimore at 7. At 8, I got Super Bowl champ, Tyrann Mathieu. One of those Jamal Adams type players. They both from LSU. Maybe that's an LSU thing. Just a playmaker. You put him at safety. You put him in the nickel corner. You put him at outside linebacker. Even though he's my size, he's still gonna make plays. So I got Tyrann Mathieu at 8. At 9. So yeah, he bigger than me. He bigger than me.
he about my size. Say that.
Oh.
There you go.
At 9, I got the old vet, man. I got Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman?
I got Richard Sherman at 9, man.
Richard Sherman started balling, man.
Hey. Out of my whole list, out of my list, aside from Tyrann Mathieu, he the only one that played in the Super Bowl. Now he can't go with Tyreek in his zone. I think most people, definitely everybody who watches football knows before the Super Bowl started that if the 49ers were going to come out there and play zone like they normally do, it was going to get ate up.
Right.
I think most people do that anyway. The only shot they had of winning if their defensive line went crazy, and that just ain't happening.
Yeah,
so,
all right. I'm not disappointed. You know,
Sherman had a bounce back year, and at 10, I put Marlon Humphrey. Like we said, I think Steve, you mentioned Humphrey. He's definitely, I think, the top corner in Baltimore. Very physical, man-to-man, zone, whatever you need to do. And I just feel like he's going to be the next corner name that we start hearing a lot coming up. So I got Gilmore at 1, Jamal Adams, Earl Thomas, Jalen Ramsey, Tre'Davious White, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Marshon Lattimore, Tyrann Mathieu, Richard Sherman, and Marlon Humphrey. That was my 10 DB.
Strong list.
Yeah, man. I tried to get Cheeto on there. I should have put Cheeto at 10. Well, we got Ha. I could have put Clinton Dix up there.
Right. Guy.
He plays us.
Clinton Dick. That is the funniest name in the world, bro. That I die every time I hear them say that. And I swear they're like, we're gonna take a poll on how many times we say his name today in this game.
Well,
somebody's getting some money.
Hopefully they don't say his name a lot anymore. Because if they do, that means he got burnt.
Right. You don't want to say his name.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
Who got next?
I'll go ahead and take you next, man. All right. Most of the players have been said already. We're pretty much in the same order. Interesting enough, but you have to start off with Stephon Gilmore with the Patriots, of course. My number 2 was Jalen Ramsey. Again, he off his name, off of what he's accomplished thus far. Again, an off year in LA. Hopefully, I feel like he'll get it together. I think the Rams were off all around last year, and moving forward, I think that they'll be they'll get it together. Don't know if they'll make it back to the Super Bowl. They had that golden opportunity there, but definitely will be a strong team in the NFC West out there. Number 3, I have Tre'Davious White. Number 4, I have Darius Slay. Yeah. And another one that popped up on a lot of lists that I kind of had to look at his body of work. Consistent enough though I could put him in the top 5. I felt like Marshon Lattimore at number 5.
I like Marshon.
Okay, there you go. I thought you was gonna have something to say. So
He's
yeah,
I think he kind of high, but
When I had strictly corners on my list, I had him at 4. When I had just corners,
okay,
I had Darius Slay at 8.
What?
Hey, I had to take into account he played for the Eagles now.
Oh, see, look at this guy. This guy is crazy. Number 6, Marlon Humphrey.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Number 7, I have Marcus Peters.
I had
Number
myself.
8, number 8, similar to I forget where Steve had this guy, but again, a veteran, and I had to put him up there. Patrick Peterson. I had to put Patrick Peterson on.
Y'all like Pat. I think Pat get burnt.
Man, Pat don't get burnt like that.
I think Pat get burnt.
Like
I don't think he get burnt. Like, I mean, again, he's one of those older ones now. It's
Every
getting up
corner
there
at some point gets
they
burnt.
going to get
Everybody
burnt.
does.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
I agree with
Of
that.
course. Yeah, of course.
He don't have a lot of interceptions, but he got a lot of pass breakups. You gotta check his stats.
That means he was slow to the ball.
Nah.
Hey, he didn't give up the big play though. That's all that
Right.
matters.
That's true. That's true.
Right. All right. Number 9, I have Byron Jones. And number 10,
I thought
and
that
again,
was-
like, listen.
He almost got on my
Listen.
list too, though. He almost got on my list.
Right. Most definitely. Again, I'm not too familiar with defense, so
He's another
I
player
had-
that don't have a lot of interceptions, but
He don't have a lot of nothing.
he got a lot
I
of
had to
pass
watch-
breakups. He got a lot
This
of
is my thing. This is my thing. When Byron Jones played for the Cowboys, nobody said he was a top 10 corner.
No, they did.
now that he got paid to go to Miami, by the way, who's trash,
right.
he's a top 10 corner. No, I'm not talking about you, Denzel, because I know he was on a lot of lists.
Yeah.
I'm like-
He's definitely on a lot of lists. Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, this man consistently gave. He's the reason that the Packers beat the Cowboys in that playoff game a few years ago when we went 13-3. That was Byron Jones that got burned on the sideline because he was lost.
He was young, man. He was a young player.
You know what? That way he wasn't young then. Yeah, I remember that.
It was
play.
young.
He wasn't that
that
young.
It was
Yo,
young.
wasn't that young.
Yo, his helmet was like this.
Exactly. He's like, oh, is somebody back there?
He was young, man. The corners make them plays. Didn't let them all make that huge mistake in that Vikings game. Wasn't that him?
No, that was
Nah, that wasn't-
Williams.
wasn't-
That was the safety.
Oh yeah.
That was the safety.
Yeah.
But you know,
But at least Williams was around the ball. He was in the area. Byron Jones was 10 yards up the field. Like he gonna get a sack or something.
We're gonna call it a young mistake. That's all it was, man.
Okay, I give you that, but that was 2 years ago.
And
Three.
he got caught with the back shoulder a couple times.
Yes.
And like looking like, yeah, coach, you said this was gonna be on tape.
And now he's a top 10 corner.
He was still the best corner y'all had in Dallas, though.
You know what I'm about to say?
It really
I ain't
was.
saying much. I ain't saying much. That ain't saying much. Actually, last year he wasn't the best. Cheeto actually had a better year than Byron Jones last year. We just didn't want to pay Byron Jones. That's all that was.
Right, yeah.
We didn't want to pay anybody, but that's
Y'all
another
don't want to
subject.
pay anybody.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that,
But
Except
y'all
Zeke
got the
Freak.
most money. Y'all got the most money, but don't want to pay nobody.
That's how you stay being the team with the most money. You don't pay
I
nobody.
I have my
I
theory
get it.
on that.
That's a smart
Jerry-
businessman.
Man, Jerry got plenty of money, man. They could have
Jerry know. Unfortunately, people like me who are Cowboys fans support the team no matter what happens. Jerry knows that we can go 1-15. That
Yes,
one
sir.
game we win, I'm still gonna tag that person on Facebook. So, man, that's why he don't.
That's what keep them afloat, man. Them loyal supporters, man. Them fans really be driving all that revenue for the
It's
Cowboys.
name, man. All about the name, the Cowboys.
Who you had at 10, or was Byron at 10?
Number 10, Richard Sherman.
Okay.
Had to go with the crafty bet. Even though he got burnt in the Super Bowl, it's
Hey, man.
yeah, right.
I think anybody aside from Gilmore would have got burnt that game, and Gilmore would have had a tough time too.
Gilmore would have
Most
had
definitely.
he would have had a game. He would have had a hell of a time trying to defend all them boys, man. That team's just full of speed. Like it don't
That's it.
so much speed, and then you got the tight end coming down the middle at you. I mean, you
Then they
can't
got a
really
quarterback that can just throw
the
it
ball
far.
anywhere, right? Any pass, man. It's tough to defend them.
Mhm.
George, it's on you, right?
I think George looking at the same thing I'm looking at.
Yeah.
LeBron better get the hell up.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, he up. He all right.
Yep.
Man,
Oh,
Brian,
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't want to see him get hurt like that. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Nah, nobody want to see goats get hurt, man.
No,
I
man.
tell you, bro, I
Brian,
cried when Kobe went down with that Achilles.
I was in prime Kobe hatred then, so I don't think I cried, but I did feel
I agree.
bad.
I
I
felt
did
bad
feel
too.
bad. I didn't make any jokes.
Yeah, I didn't feel. I just felt bad.
I had a time in my life where I just hated Kobe.
I didn't like Kobe at first when he first was, really in his young prime. I didn't like him then, but towards the end of his game, I started to like him more and more.
Young Kobe was cool, man. Kobe was a very smart person, and he would just come up with sayings that really didn't make sense. But he just knew people would take it. He's just like, to be a hunter, you got to kill the food, and people be like, yeah. I'm like, what?
In the words of Kanye West, what the fuck are you talking about? Kobe?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we all know that.
You're welcome.
So how many records can records break? More records.
More.
But
I'm the
can
best.
you be a different animal and the same beast?
Same beast. What the fuck are you talking about? Kobe Bryant?
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Kanye was like,
Man.
what the fuck is it? What is he talking about? What is everybody clapping?
that Kanye was exactly how I used to feel when Kobe would say stuff, and I'd be like, "What is he talking about?"
Exactly. They hit that one right on the head, man. They definitely knew exactly how people feel whenever Kobe Bryant.
But
did some kind of
Kobe was
motivational
smart.
speaking.
Kobe was very smart, man. He knew it's like, I just gotta keep this up. They love it, and I'm gonna keep feeding it to them.
Say a whole bunch of nothing.
But now Kanye's saying reckless stuff, and people looking at Kanye like,
Right?
The difference is
talking about
Kobe was playing. Kanye dead serious. That's the difference. Kobe probably up there like, what is he doing right now?
Kobe looking down right now like, somebody go get Kanye. Nobody can go get him? Like, somebody go get him.
Somebody go get him, please. Go ahead, George.
So my list, kick it off. Number one is pretty much everybody else on here. You just can't go wrong. The Rock Hill native.
Yes, sir.
Rock Hill, South Carolina. Stephon Gilmore, number 99 on Madden. 99 rating, I mean. Yeah. You don't get any better than that. He's the true definition of a shutdown corner. And I just feel, he's where everybody is aspiring to be at this point in time. Number three,
that Maddie in the background. Who that?
Oh, y'all can hear that?
Yeah,
Maddie,
Maddie's making another cameo.
She getting
I didn't know if it was the boys or Maddie.
Right.
She getting a hair braided, man. It's going down over there.
Oh
man.
Yeah, fight.
That's a knockdown drag out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, I gotta put Tre'Davious White. Like, to me, he's up there with Stephon as my number two. He's right there with him as far as shut down corner, somebody that can shut down one side of the field. After that, I gotta go with Earl Thomas. I think he's just transformed that Baltimore defense. I mean, to me, I think Richard Sherman was the vocal part of that Legion of Boom, but I think Earl Thomas was always the key to everything he did in Seattle.
That's what allowed them to play a zone and let Cam Chancellor essentially be a linebacker.
Yeah,
because you got Earl Thomas back there covering up everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think definitely Earl is consistent. He had the year where he was banged up, but now that he's healthy, he's good to go. At number three. Number four, I got to go with this guy and agree with Aaron. Since he's gotten to Pittsburgh, dude completely transformed their defense. The only reason why we don't talk about Minkah Fitzpatrick is because Pittsburgh had a terrible offense and they didn't make the playoffs. If they had made the playoffs, Minkah would have been the talk of the entire playoffs because he carried that whole Pittsburgh team.
It seemed like he got a pick every game.
Yeah. A pick or a tip pass to change the outcome of the game or something. Like every game, like he did something. Number five, I got Tyrann Mathieu. I just think he's a game changer on that Chiefs defense. They're not the I'm not gonna say they're not a terrible defense, but they're not a great defense. They get the job done. I mean, everybody
They're,
their
yeah, they're
offense
I
is
pretty
think
average.
everything.
I think their goal is to hold you under 30. If we can
Yeah,
hold you
but
under 30, we gonna win.
Right.
yeah,
They're
but
pretty average.
yeah, but I really think that Tyron is the person. He's the quarterback of that defense, and he either he's the one that's making the play or doing something to affect the play. To him, I think the defense they just got to we need one stop and one
Mhm.
big play to get it going to give the offense a shot. So I gotta put Tyron up there at number 5. Number 6, I am going to go with I'm gonna go with one of the McCourty brothers. I'm gonna go with Jason McCourty. I think he is another glue part that helps kind of Stephon Gilmore be that shutdown corner on the side, and I think it allows him to do with Stephon. It allows him, Jason, to do some of the things that he wants to do and stuff like that on the defensive end, being a safety, dropping down, and getting some of those big hits and helping out in the linebacker position. Because New England overall, I mean, just a great defense and stuff like that. So I think those two definitely complement each other.
Mhm.
So number 7, I'm gonna go Patrick Peterson. I mean, consistently every year in, year out.
Pat Pete.
Yep, you got to put him on that.
You gotta put him
You
on
got
there, man. You
you
gotta
gotta
put
put
some
him on there.
respect on that man.
You gotta put some respect on his name, man.
Still relevant. Still very relevant.
Still,
After all this
And
time.
he's
still
more
very
athletic
relevant.
than Sherman. You put Sherman on there, but you don't show no love to Pat Peterson.
Right.
Hey, Sherman played the Super Bowl. Patrick Peterson say hey, he didn't play past November, did
I don't think he did. I don't know if he did.
he?
Nah, I don't think he was on. He wasn't on that Super Bowl team, was he?
Nah, he wasn't on that team.
No. Okay. Yeah.
And so where am I? Number 7. I was a toss up on this one, but I went Richard Sherman. He got cooked in the Super Bowl, but I went with Richard Sherman at 7. I mean, at the end of the day, and then one thing I gotta put on Richard Sherman: dude signed a contract that everybody was criticizing him for, calling him stupid. His contract was pretty much based off of incentives, and dude pretty much hit almost every incentive that he signed up for.
Mhm.
Like, he bet on him. He bet on himself and stuff like that, and it paid off. So after him, I got Marcus Peters at 8. I just think, like I said, he's not gonna be. He's boom or bust. Either he's
Yeah.
gonna make the big play or
He gonna get burnt.
gonna get
He
cooked.
gonna
But but he gonna be there. He's gonna be there and he's gonna do what he gotta do. Number after him, number 9, I got Jalen. Like I said, Jalen was a little inconsistent this year. Injury, unhappiness, and
We got Jalen Lowe.
Yeah, low.
We
He
got him
real
very
low.
low. Sheesh.
I mean,
Non-existent. You put Patrick Peterson before Jalen Ramsey?
Right. That's the real question.
Damn.
Off of production last year, Patrick Peterson technically had a better year than
That's
Jalen Ramsey.
disrespectful.
Even
Lord.
though, I mean, you can give him the pass on being hurt and stuff like that, but I don't care if you hurt, bro. You signed up. You got to show up. I know he was trying to work the trade to get out of Jacksonville. He didn't want to be there anymore, and then he came back, and then what game was he got cooked? One game, it was all up in somebody's face, and the coaches had to go get him. Is that Kansas City?
Did they play Jacksonville?
That was Kansas City, I think.
It probably was.
Yeah. And then 10, Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, does his thing. I think he holds down that the 49ers are a very front 7 driven defense. Actually, just defensive line is solid with Cam Jordan and stuff like that. But he definitely Marshawn Lattimore holds the secondary down for New Orleans and keeps them definitely in games. And then my honorable mention is you might call me a homer. He's on the Washington football team. We got him from the New York Giants. But Landon Collins, I feel like Landon's going to have a breakout year this year. Denzel over there looking with the sad face because he know Landon Collins is a bad man.
Landon Collins is a baller. I like Landon
Collins is a baller. I think
One of the
Everything-
dumbest things we've ever done outside of Odell.
Y'all just kidding. Who y'all gonna trade Saquon to?
Right. His days,
Somebody trades
his,
somebody.
his days are numbered.
But with us hiring Riverboat Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio coaching defense, I expect big things out of Landon Collins this year.
They'll
I
get
think
him coached up. Yeah, they'll
I
get
think
coached
Landon's
up
gonna
good.
do just enough for y'all. Y'all gonna split with the Giants. Y'all might split with the Eagles, but y'all will get swept by the Cowboys.
Nah, we're gonna sweep Washington because we always do.
I don't know, man.
I
don't
feel
know.
as if
It's
we
gonna
have
depend-
enough in the
It's
tank
gonna depend
to
on
sweep.
Haskins. If Haskins can take any step up, then they might be all right. They don't have many weapons,
know
though. That's
what?
the only thing.
And I'm gonna say if Daniel Jones could get over the fumbling and the turning over, we have a potential. Listen. It's year two. It's year two. We have some weapons on offense. We have opportunity. That's all. I think, like I said, definitely.
Didn't your corner just go get locked up? Your corner is a scammer.
I said offensive weapons. I ain't said nothing about the defense.
Your corner is a scammer in the
I
league.
didn't say nothing about the defense. And
That's why
I said nothing about defense.
I think Washington's. I think we're gonna be a tough out for a lot of teams because I think defensively, I think Jack Del Rio gonna have them boys playing right. You know, we got Chase Young, the anchor down the defensive line. We got Deron Payne. Our defensive line is solid. Linebacking core. I mean, I think the fact that we got Chase Young means we could put Kerrigan back and be that stand-up linebacker. I mean, even though he is just a pass rusher, but he can drop back a little bit. Like I said, with Collins back there in the secondary, you know.
Only thing about Collins, he don't really cover.
He don't. He just want to hit.
Yeah. He just want to
hit and get interceptions. That's all he wants.
That's it. I'm hoping. Did y'all keep? Oh man, 24. Norman. Did y'all keep Norman?
No. Don't. He's in Buffalo now.
What? I ain't know that.
Yeah, he in
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah, he got.
Buffalo takes all old Panthers players.
Because they got their coach is an old Panthers coach.
That makes sense.
McDermott was
McDermott. He was the coordinator or something, right?
Coordinator with Ron for like a long time.
They like the Carolina of the North.
Yeah, they really are.
But
yeah, so that was like one of the first things Ron Rivera did when he got there. He was like, "Let me talk to Josh."
Hey, you can either go now or you can wait a few weeks and you get packed up. But you gotta go.
But you gotta go.
We already tried this once. You gotta go. Oh, AD just got hit hard. That leads us to the next segment. Bubble talk.
Bubble talk.
Bubble talk.
How we feel about what's going on in the bubble?
I feel
exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Like, look what we're doing now. We're doing the podcast and we're watching the game. This is amazing. This is
got something to talk about. I
There's
feel
been a game on every
the first
night.
2 games were really good. On that Thursday night when it first started up, both of those games were
You talking about the game where Brian locked up Kawhi twice?
Whoa!
Towards the end of the game, locked him up, and then locked up PG.
Whoa! What?
Locked up is such a hard term.
If you look close at that play, LeBron James was grabbing Kawhi Leonard. He was grabbing that. That should have been a foul. Kawhi should have went and knocked down some free throws. It should have went to overtime.
He locked up Kawhi. He
twice.
He played good defense
on
PG on that last sequence. It was good defense. I ain't gonna say he locked up PG. But it was definitely good defense. You know, he played the situation right. It was only a couple seconds left. PG couldn't do too much. LeBron stayed there, so that was good defense.
And Aaron knows. I sent him the video footage. I should have sent it to everybody. But the video footage was there. I
have no idea what you're talking about right now.
It's in our archives, and guess what? I'm sending it to all y'all so you can see what I saw.
Hey, at the end of the game, no. The reason it wasn't called was because Kawhi didn't make a play to score. The man was looking to pass the ball. He went in the paint. All the pump fakes he was doing.
Right.
If he hadn't looked to score, they might have called the foul. They was like, "Oh, he passing it anyway. Let it go."
Right.
He couldn't get around LeBron. During that game for some reason, he tried to do them in between the leg dribbles, and that was it. Like
he kept doing the same thing. He go to the paint, he get by the free throw line, and he pump fake. And he just hope Bron gonna go for it, and it wasn't working.
Right. See, that's how you get a separation. He's pretty strong, so he can't push out like with LeBron like he do other players. So, I definitely. What y'all think about as far as like how the game looks on TV? Does it look like a AAU game for you guys, or like?
It doesn't look bad. Almost like a live 2K game. It don't look bad. I like that. I like the virtual fans they putting up there.
Yeah,
I like it.
I saw Paul Pierce at the Celtics game yesterday.
Honestly, it looks high octane. Is exciting. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it took me a while. The first couple games when I was watching it, I had to kind of get used to it. But now it's like it feels pretty normal. But it just felt like it was missing that fan element of that crowd excitement, crowd noise. But the more you watch it, you just get into it.
Get used to it.
Yeah, not even there really.
I think no fans is definitely the reason why these games been real close too. Because it's like it's nothing for anybody. Right. It's nothing for you to feed off of. It's just at this point, they're going off hooping on who wants it more and stuff.
Exactly.
Like that.
And
that fan energy, especially if a home team going to run or something, that could close out the game.
Yeah, they take you out the game right there.
Yeah, they shoot free throws. They waving the everything like they getting loud defense and everything. So like the element definitely plays a big factor in those games. But and the fact that they are going down to the wire like this just adds to the excitement of the game.
And the role players don't have anything to be scared of no more.
Right. Get in the game, check in this play.
Yeah, check in, just start shooting.
And so what y'all still feeling like any adjustments to the team y'all think coming up from the West and the East, or how everybody been looking as far as I think everybody may have played 2 games by now.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna come down to Clippers and Lakers of the West. The Raptors showed me something the other day.
The Raptors look pretty good, man.
They might take it. It's gonna be.
I'm not
it's
sold.
Gonna be interesting in the East.
I'm not sold on that. Because Lowry always has one of those games every now and again. We just go crazy. But then I think when he settles down in the series, I don't see him doing that in a 7-game series. But the person that is sticking out to me is Jason Tatum.
Yeah, the Celtics look pretty good too. The Celtics.
That man going crazy. I know he went straight from high school to the league, but that man going.
He made a pit stop.
He made a pit stop for a semester. That man ain't never went to class.
He stopped in Durham for a semester.
That man went to class and did his thing.
That man did not go to class. He checked in. They was traveling, first of all, so he ain't go to class.
Yeah, he definitely go to class. But him and Brown, man, they the mismatches that team is gonna have in the series is crazy because you can't put a big on him because he gonna kill him. And then if you put somebody small on him, he gonna go in the post.
Yeah, man, he got so much. He got good handle for a big man. I was looking at that sequence when they was playing the Blazers, man, and
Dame went crazy too.
Yeah.
I'm glad he went and got that haircut though. I wasn't feeling the curl.
Tatum.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a team I think might have a shot out of the East. Obviously, I'm gonna stick with my pick in the West. Goat Jays and them. I got the Lake Show coming out of the West, man. I think it's taking a little bit of time for them to start clicking again, but they also are trying to get 2 new pieces involved in the offense with J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters. I think once those 2 get settled in, they're going to get back where they was.
Waiters look pretty good.
Yeah, Waiters look good.
Rumor has it playoff Rondo should be back by round 2.
He'll give LeBron a spell, give him a break. So that'll be good for the team.
Playoff Rondo should be back by
Not Zubac. Not
Zubac.
But
I can't even speak on Zubac right now. I haven't seen anything. But
what's going on with AD in the 4th quarter though? Like he really been kind of disappearing. I've been seeing these past couple games.
He's never been a fourth quarter player.
I feel like y'all gonna need that from him though, especially in the playoffs.
That's what we got LeBron for.
Nah, LeBron looking old. LeBron, I ain't gonna say he looking old. He looking tired, bro.
I think it's been a lot of talk, especially on Facebook and other things, about how this AD's team AD was brought in there to do exactly what he was doing. LeBron can no longer carry a team for 4 quarters
He can't.
and through the playoffs. He can't because he's gonna gas out. It's year 17, so AD was brought in to take up the scoring load, pretty much be the MVP of the team into the fourth quarter, and then LeBron can just take over.
And I like that you brought that point up because definitely he leads the team in points, he leads the team in rebounds, he leads the team in blocks. If you're gonna say LeBron James is the MVP of the league, how can we not say Anthony Davis is the MVP of the league, especially since he's the MVP of his own team?
Yeah. Like,
well, he only lead in points by like maybe 1 or 2 points. Definitely leads in rebounds. LeBron is like top in the NBA in assists. Then he gonna get denied over AD because he's Brian. So
I really think it's time for us to pay attention to AD. Like why he's not in the conversation of MVP is mind-boggling to me.
But his time is coming. That was part of this. That was part of the whole plan to get the team is really not supposed to be LeBron.
Yeah,
he's setting it up. He's setting it up for AD, and they got to find another star to come in there and play with him.
I tell you, when Lillard comes to the Lakers, I'm bypassing.
They get Bradley.
I'm bypassing the G League and all that nonsense. I'm Showtime, baby.
I don't think they're gonna get Lillard. Probably is not gonna let him leave Portland. What Steve said is probably the most likely is gonna happen.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah, that's probably the most likely thing, or Devin Booker. But Lillard's pride, in Lillard's mind, he gonna bring a championship to Portland. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
In his mind, it is.
Yeah, I think they'll run this Laker team back one more year with some new free agents.
Mm-hmm.
Get the championship this year. Run it back one more year with LeBron and AD, and then LeBron will be going to the last year of his deal. And I think we should have some draft picks open back up by then to be able to trade, and then we'll work out a deal to get either Bradley Beal or Devin Booker to come play with AD.
Yeah, they definitely gonna get another star out there.
And then that'll be
that's what
the Lakers do. Lakers don't draft. Lakers make trades for who they want. Lakers like, who we want, who we gonna get. All right, we're gonna send them draft picks.
They never really develop young talent like that.
That's why the Lonzo stuff that was never gonna work anyway. Lonzo Ingram, it sounded good. He was like, yeah, we should keep the pieces. For what? For what? Y'all want to see them throw alleys in Laker uniforms? Okay, cool. They ain't gonna win nothing.
Right.
Kobe was the last person the Lakers truly developed like that. But that's like somebody that they knew was going to be like an all-time great. Lonzo can develop to be good, but Lonzo ain't about to develop to be no all-time top 10 player.
I like Lonzo. I think he's going to develop, be one of the top point guards in the league. But like you said, he's not going to be a star on a championship team. It just ain't going to happen.
I think him getting out of LA big. Now he's away from the distractions. Now it's just about basketball and getting.
Yeah, I think it was just too much pressure on him in LA, man. It's like, LA, you got to produce, man. He's a young player. He wasn't like George said, he's a good player, but not no franchise, immediate franchise changing type player. So unless you that, that's what they want, That's
and it's home for him too. So the hometown drama that you have,
right?
Like the family, the friends, everybody just give me.
Yeah.
So him being somewhere where it's not as exciting as LA and the expectations aren't as high, it gives that team, and they play pretty well together. It gives them the opportunity to develop.
Expectations might not be high, but New Orleans is lit.
Yeah, New Orleans it ain't all that boring out there.
Yeah, it ain't boring out there. Trust me.
It's not boring, but it's not LA.
It's no LA though. It's no.
It ain't LA.
But the same thing. I think Brandon Ingram getting out of there. People, I want to let y'all know. Steve tried to call Brandon Ingram a bum in our text messages earlier this week.
He average, man. He average. He all right.
Average. B.I. about to be a superstar here.
Steve, he's still very young. Very young.
I don't know if he's gonna be a superstar. I think he's gonna be.
He's a good player. I don't know. I don't see superstar. I don't see superstar in his future. I'm sorry.
I think he's just gonna be a volume shooter though. He shoot a lot.
He's the leader. He's the leader of that team.
He'll be
not no more. That's Zion team.
I don't know.
That's Zion team.
Well, yeah,
Right.
Zion.
Even though Zion came straight out of high school, he earned that.
Yeah. You gonna stop disrespecting?
Did he play enough games to qualify as a player? I don't know.
Was it Zion played more than Kyrie? Way more than Kyrie.
He sure did.
This is true.
Kyrie played 10 games at Duke.
If that,
Yeah.
think about it. Kyrie Irving has never played North Carolina. You can't be considered a Duke player if you never played North Carolina.
Nah, yeah. You gotta play at least two games out of your year when you there. You gotta
Yeah.
play those 2 games.
Oh,
They'll be like, Kyrie, how you feel about the rivalry? I don't have no point on.
When they
It
go
look
back and do the classic players that came through Duke and UNC, how they feel about the rivalry, he can't even speak on it.
He can't even speak.
He ain't never played.
he was there,
Yeah, you were there sitting down.
Watch it.
and then
You're a Rutgers fan, ain't you?
But what?
You're a Rutgers fan, ain't you?
No, he's St. John.
Yeah, oh yeah, St. John.
St. John's fan.
Red Storm.
We can't hear you, bro.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
We hear you now. Yeah.
Very
Out
neutral.
now.
Of course, you know.
It's like going in and out.
Yeah, it is going in and out.
Some technical difficulties with my headphones, unfortunately. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. I don't even know. I'm just gonna shut up now because I will let y'all take the lead.
What's that team in the Bronx? You a Fordham fan?
Oh God. I can't.
That's home for you, ain't it?
Definitely is, but I respect the fact that Fordham Prep was our rivals, which actually is cool. This on college campus. I can't go for Fordham University, so that's just off the strength, right? Yeah, I didn't play ball at St. Raymond's, but we definitely ran against them boys, and they was one of our rivals. So the hell with Fordham, Prep, hell with Fordham University.
It's a lot of animosity towards Fordham right there.
Oh man, me and one of their star track athletes, we got into it. We used to get to it all the time. We almost 40. Out of animosity there. Yeah, until you just took me back to high school, man. Wow, I'll never forget those days at the Armory.
Oh man.
Who got the quote for tonight?
I'll do one. I had one just in case. If nobody ain't prepared, I'll go ahead and do one. So I guess I'll do it. My quote. Nobody said anything, so. Yeah, we hadn't given any ladies no love for the quotes. So I'll do one here from Angela Davis.
Okay.
Sometimes we have to do the work even though we don't see a glimmer on the horizon that is actually going to be possible. And I just, I felt that was a good quote just to, for one, get a lady some love and, give her some love. But just how everything, in the world right now, we've been sticking with that theme. It's a lot of things going on, and even in people's personal lives, it's a lot of trying times right now. So, whatever you trying to work towards or build towards, it may not seem possible right now in the moment, but, you still got to continue to do the work and strive to achieve those goals, even when they may not seem attainable right now in the moment that, that you're working on them. So I just thought that was a good little quote to end the show off today. And like I said, show some ladies some love. We hadn't had a quote from female here on the show, so
check out the lady.
I ain't trying to get no brownie points, but I'm just trying to be fair. That's all.
I feel you. Ain't no wrong with that.
Yeah, we definitely respect that. Ladies have a lot to say in these matters as well, so you definitely setting the bar, and I'm sure we'll probably add to that as we go on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, Steve. Good on the ladies.
Like I always say, man, y'all critique the hell out of them. Don't say nothing about me. But we definitely appreciate the support.
Most definitely.
Man, appreciate the like,
subscribe,
Facebook,
share
like
everything.
like the videos. Everybody that's listening on Spotify, YouTube, We definitely appreciate it.
Always appreciate the love. Like I said, we're on the book now. We're on Facebook. We're gonna get on Facebook Live one day here soon.
Yeah, we gotta do.
It might not be. It'll be a show for sure. We might just do something like hop on while one of the games going on.
Mhm.
Just go live while the game going on, and we can critique it. And give our vantage point as if we Shaq, Kenny, and Ernie.
Who's gonna be?
And Charles.
It was good to see them. It was good to see the TNT crew back in action too, though.
It was good to see them.
No,
Definitely.
loved it. Can't wait to see it again this Thursday.
All right, fellas. Anything else?
All right, fellas, y'all be good. Iron, go save Maddie. I know she
Man, I'm on the job. As soon as we get there now, I'm going now. About to walk into a hurricane over there.
Right.
I got to be mediator.
gotta go mellow things out. Gotta go be like, well.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Y'all be easy, man.
Y'all be easy.
Right.
Y'all
All right,
enjoy
love y'all, boy.
the day. All right, y'all.